Do you have faith in Patrick Mahomes bouncing back this weekend?
I do, and I actually take a little bit of issue with the question because it's to suggest that he fell off against the New York Giants. I believe he actually made progress against the Giants and that he has that momentum. Now, there are different kind of bounces. There's the big jumpy house bounce, like when your kids are in there where they're sailing 8 feet up in the air.
Yes.
And then there is the little bounce that you might have on your couch or when you go over a speed bump and you lift up a little bit. That is what I am expecting from Patrick Mahomes. I am expecting him to continue to move in the same direction. The justification is that what I saw against the New York Giants, yes, had a fumble, recovered. Yes, had an interception. I'm not going to put that on him. It would appear by the statistics that we had more of the same in terms of how Patrick Mahomes' season has gone. But I saw a different decision maker. I saw a guy who wasn't forcing the issue, who didn't feel like I have to go above and beyond in order for us to win, that I am going to play within the parameters and trust that my defense is going to do enough for us to get the job done. And that's exactly what happened. Now, if Aaron Rodgers was playing this week, I might have a completely different answer because that would be the enticement for Patrick Mahomes to say, I've got to match Aaron Rodgers step for step. But this is a 16th ranked offense with Aaron Rodgers playing just a notch below his MVP level of a year ago. So with Jordan Love now under center for the Green Bay Packers, this is New York Giants 2.0. Patrick Mahomes isn't going to have to do anything extraordinary, nor is he going to be inspired to do anything extraordinary. He can play the exact same way he did against the New York Giants and get this done. So I expect that Mahomes is going to do that. And look, if you take all of the recent evidence, it's hard to maintain that faith. But I'm going to take the 3 years of Patrick Mahomes over this half season as the evidence that Mahomes is going to get back to being Mahomes.
Yeah, but the question is this weekend. We're not talking about for the rest of his career. You're allowed to have down half of a season. You're allowed to have a down season. You're allowed to have a couple bad seasons, actually, or down seasons, whatever you want to call it. But this weekend is what we're focusing on, and the trend is not looking great. You were impressed with that Giants win last week? Because I was not. I saw several passes that if the Giants were even marginally capable, would have been easily intercepted. So he didn't look great last week. Now, listen, there is no, did they look good in the win? It's wins and losses, and that's how they measure them. But we can still take some nuance and learn things. There are such things as bad wins, and I think that that's what that was for the Chiefs. Now, I think the Chiefs win this weekend because, well, we all know what the circumstances are around this game, and I think that they are coming in more complete even while they are struggling. But this weekend, what am I supposed to expect except for what we've seen from Patrick Mahomes? Just because they get the win over a team that doesn't have first ballot Hall of Famer and Aaron Rodgers on the field doesn't mean that Patrick Mahomes is going to light it up. He's been struggling this year. I think it's okay to say this now. It's safe, right? At the beginning of the year, the first couple games, everyone was like, I don't know. Maybe, he's just got a bad toenail or something. Something's going on here. But I think we've reached at the point in the season where we can all just be honest with each other and just say, Patrick Mahomes doesn't look good right now. That doesn't mean that he's not going to get back on the right track. It doesn't mean that he's not going to fix whatever is going on here. But he has clearly regressed. It can be stopped. It can be fixed. But I don't know if I'm going to see that this weekend. I don't have faith I'm going to see that this weekend. I don't even know if it's going to be fixed for the rest of the year. And because the turnovers are so egregious, so intense, and so frequent, and their defense is struggling the way that it is, there might not be a fix for it this year because you cannot consistently turn the ball over like that to a defense that is struggling the way the Chiefs' defense is. So this weekend, I'm going to go with no. Until I start seeing something that's more impressive than what I saw last week against the Giants, I'm going to go with no.
Yeah, I'm with you, Joy. No. And it's an absolute no. Why? Because if it's talking about faith, you got to talk in absolutes. You can't have just a little faith. Little faith. You can't walk on water with a little faith. You're going to get wet, right? You might drown. So, look, You can't be half pregnant. Now, that joke hits different when Acho's here. But the point is, you can't be half pregnant. You got to be all pregnant or you ain't pregnant. You got to be all in faith or you ain't got no faith. And sorry, Patrick Mahomes, you did this to me. I don't have any faith. It's not about how the outcome. Oh, you beat the New York Football Giants in a struggle fest at home. It's the performance. And, man, Patrick Mahomes is just not the same. Y'all know that his quarterback rating right now is 94.5, 17th in the league. Patrick Mahomes, a guy who's used to 113, 108, 105, now down to 94. Woo, why is that coming to play? Because you're going against a defense. And you're going against a defense that is 7th ranked, a defense that is 9th ranked in scoring defense, a passing defense that is 6th ranked. So this is going to be a strong opponent right here. Joy talked about the turnovers. This is the most important part about it all. Every coach I ever had used to say, I don't give a damn what happens on that field. I only need one statistic and they can tell me what happened. Turnover battle, turnover ratio. And if you look at this game, this is going to be an interesting battle and what's going to prevail. Chiefs have had a negative turnover margin in 6 straight games. Packers have had a positive turnover margin in 7 straight games. Packers have won 27 straight games when they win the turnover battle. Here's the thing. You can say what you want about Patrick Mahomes last week. Slick, talking about, he looked all right. He looked kind of good. He looked like he bounced on the cushion instead of the bouncy water house or whatever you want to call it. Looked like he was hitting them switches in that hydraulic 6 tray I used to have. But the point being, if you turn the ball over like you did against the Giants, one offsides penalty away from another turnover, which was a game sealer for the New York Giants, play that against these Green Bay Packers. It's not going to matter who's behind center because that defense is going to show up. Did it matter who was behind center when the Jets were playing against Cincinnati and everyone said Cincinnati going to Did it matter who was behind center for the Dallas Cowboys? Everybody said the Vikings should be. These backups, they waiting. They chomping at the bit. It's their turn. Be careful, Slick.
Oh, I'm not worried about Jordan Love. Not based on what I've seen to this point. And the fact of the matter is Green Bay has won that turnover ratio because of who? Because of Aaron Rodgers. Because he's the one who doesn't turn the ball over. We've said it all year long, and this is where my faith comes from. If this was being done to Patrick Mahomes, if this was a result of the defenses that he's playing or even the schematics that he's playing against, I would say, okay, this is something beyond his ken. This is something beyond his ability to resolve. But Patrick Mahomes has been the architect of his own misery. It's been his decision making. And I'm sorry, but not all interceptions are created equal. The interceptions that we've seen for the better part of this season were, what is he doing? Why did he throw that? That didn't have a chance. That wasn't the case against the New York Giants. So I'm going to look at that as maybe a small step in the right direction, but a small step in the right direction nonetheless. And now facing another opponent where it's not going to be an offensive battle, or certainly I'm not anticipating it with Jordan Love under center for the Green Bay Packers, there's no reason for Mahomes to try to put on the cape and be a hero once again. So my expectation is that he's going to take another step in the right direction because he is Patrick Mahomes. Because of what I've seen him overcome over the last 3 years, I'm going to take the assumption that now that he's starting to move in the right direction, he's going to continue to do so.
Man, Joy was right. I think it's okay to say that he has regressed. And we can say that and stamp that. But it's so funny when you're going in decline, everyone's in denial, especially the individual that's going in decline, including me. When I went through my decline, oh, no, all I need to do is go to Dallas. Dallas is like, damn. Okay, Odell Beckham Jr., when he comes to Cleveland, all he needs is, hey, sometimes you just keep going. It doesn't stop. And Patrick Mahomes put us in this position. Nobody declared and went out there and professed that Patrick Mahomes is going to regress this year. He put us there. Every game we watch, and then 3 hours later, we log on to Pro Football Reference and see those numbers, and we like, that's Patrick Mahomes? So I know he still has it in him, like you're talking, Slick. But being real, he got to show me something, because a blip could turn into a big block, which could turn into a line of you used to be above it, now you're below it. Here's the point that I really want to drive home about these turnovers. You keep saying it's not based on the defense. It's based on his decision-making. 7 straight games that he's thrown an interception, and in 3 of those, 2 interceptions. Going against a defense that has not allowed a 300-yard passer since Deshaun Watson last year, and he ain't even playing football. Be careful, Slick. Looks like this is going to meet that, and then kaboom.